All right, everybody, I'm back. Let's start on this 460 right here. All right, it doesn't look bad. A little more dusty than I like, but I'm not going to gripe about it too much right now. I can take and clean the pre-filter. There we go. All right, one thing I'm kind of liking right off the bat right now is so far none of these are held down with like the self-threading screws or the plastic screws. All right, right there. That actually doesn't look too bad. The air filter was pretty rough, needed cleaned, but so far what I'm seeing to do with the there we go. It's gonna need a little bit of cleaning, I know that. Pretty much all this right here has got a good amount of caked sawdust. Okay. Now, one thing I am going to say about this, the handle is not original to the saw. It's got a threaded oil cap. All right, that's better. She had a little bit of oil in her, not too much. So that's one strike for me. I would have much rather it had a threaded cap on the tank to match the crankcase, but I'm not going to knock it. It's a good saw so far. Just it has the flippy caps. I'm sorry if my neighbor is too noisy. I'll check that here in a minute. He's mowing his lawn right now. I can't really say anything, but I don't know how I can correct that for you. Alright, that seems to be most of the carburetor and the top cover, so let's start with the handle, the rep handle, and then we'll start getting down to the AV mounts. Alright, that is actually pretty nasty right there. Alright, let's try to get this out of here real quick. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what this thing was cutting, but it was, whatever it was pretty fluffy. Yep. All right. Again, use your thumb, reach in there, start pushing the intake boot back. You've got to be aggressive with it, just a little pressure. It'll come. All right, now this has a tongue and groove right here, so you got to slide it back a little bit to get it to come out. Now I'm going to reach in here and pull the impulse line off. Oh drat, I forgot to do something. That is the coil. Try and clean your saws up once in a while. It doesn't take that much. Just take a blowgun, an air compressor, just blow it off. It will save you copious amounts of money because your saw won't burn up, because it can breathe. Alright, so that handle is a recent addition right there. There we go. Alright, there's that. Relatively new 387 right there. Alright, well the clutch drum looks like it's either been hot or it needs cleaned thoroughly. I'm gonna have to figure that one out later. Just one hit. I've got the spark plug in, so I'm not putting undue stress on anything. Let's pull that out real quick. First thing we're going to do real quick, come over here. There we go. Least amount of pressure on it possible. Here comes our brake flag. There it is. It's going to need a slight amount of cleaning right there. We have one more retaining clip down in here. Right here for this spring and cam piece right here. Probably wouldn't find it unless you kind of know it's there. There that comes. And there that is. Alright, let's go to the other side real quick. And then we'll do a little bit more. Give me just a second. Alright. Now you can see how bad this thing is caked up with sawdust. Real quick, I'm just going to reach in here and break all this sawdust loose from around the flywheel nut. That's all it takes right there. Alright, right there's my spare flywheel puller. I left my other one, the one I like to use, on the 440's flywheel, so we'll use this one real quick. After we get the flywheel off, we'll go ahead and yank the muffler and then yank the cylinder. All right. And of course, it has to be a different size. Alright, that is in fact a steel cylinder, so I'm very happy. I was starting to kind of wonder because I wasn't seeing any numbers yet. And fortunately, we are looking at a steel brand cylinder. And she's also got a dual port muffler, so that's one thing I can look forward to, a factory dual port. Yep, it says steel right there on it. Doesn't look bad. We'll see how the cylinder looks once I actually get it off. I'm seeing a couple scratches on the piston, but nothing over the top yet. I'm not seeing anything that makes me wonder yet. When I got this from the old boy, my understanding was, and it kind of seems like it, the crank is supposed to be bad. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me grab you real quick and I'm going to show you what's wrong with this thing, and then I'll get right back to you, okay? You see how the rod's moving on the crank? Yeah, she blown up. Give me a second. All right. This is a MS460 046 New West crank, because I didn't feel like shelling out $300 for a crank. I knew this one was going to be toast. I'm probably going to go ahead and use the entire parts kit that I already had. I've got bearings, a piston, seals, gaskets, and one thing I was looking at it yesterday. Another thing I should have noticed about this is this corner right here. Let me grab that other crankcase real quick. This one right here, that's an 044 or an MS440. This right here, it's an 046, 460. I should have picked up on that. That's on me. But learn something new every day. I already knew there was something like that, but when I saw the top covers matching up for a 460, I didn't think anything of it. So I'm gonna check the run time I've got. This video is getting pretty long. I might just split this thing down tomorrow and start doing another hot water bath for a chainsaw, because this thing is going to need a thorough cleaning. The handle's in good shape, but the rest of it, I think what happened is this thing got squished at one point, the plastic handle. They put a new handle on it. It ran for a while longer until they toasted the bottom end. All right, I'm gonna call it there for today. We'll talk to you later. Take it easy. Bye.